Alright, welcome back. It's Albert LaBelle, and if you remember on the previous video, we had 3 new additions for my extensive round body padlock collection. We just call these round body padlocks, not to be confused with the discus padlocks. These are round body padlocks. So yeah, now we're down to these two, which is this very, very cheap, I'm sure, top security, and then we're going to get to the carbine. But I'm saving that one for last because I really just want to dig into that and figure out what's going on with that dual custody, because it's not really dual custody in the way that I thought it was going to be. So let's tear into this bad boy right here and see what we got. This is, again, top security lock. 65 millimeter. Let me see. Bada boom, bada bing. Top security padlock. Fits most storefront gate and trucks. Stainless steel armor out of shell. Hardened steel shackle. We'll go ahead and test that. Sometimes I forget to do that. Protects against sawing and cutting. Blah blah blah. Manufactured for MII. I don't know what that is, but made in China. Bam! So let me grab my super cutters here. The old Fiskars. And let's make easy work of this. There we go. Alright, that aside, toss this. And we can toss that. Alright, so let's see if we can't, well, maybe we don't need to get one of these off here. Let me see. It might be a task. Oh, dear Lord. Yeah. Wow, that might be the hard part there. Maybe that's the real lock. that was the real lock. So double ball locking. Yes, double ball locking. Looks like a Phillips screw down there, so we can get the core out. Does not have the grub screw, so you can't change the shackle out. Most of these super cheap ones do not have the grub screw in there. And this is, I'm sure, a super cheap. I'm going to guess it's kind of like the quality of them, the U.S. General that we get like Harbor Freight. That would be my guess. And I got to tell you, I've seen this type of keyway before. Let me grab a pointer. They're made so cheaply. And, well, that has at least part to do with it. But notice on this keyway where the pins rest, there's really not a whole lot of like warding to keep them pins from coming down. I've had these things where this, the core right here where the key, where it's cut open for the keyway here, I've had them spread apart and the pins actually fall down. I don't know if you can see that right there, but there's not a whole lot on some of these cheaper locks holding those pins up there. And yeah, I've had them just fall right down, fall right out of there. It happens. Oh, and look. This is the key to the lock. In case you didn't know. And what's that key for? That's for the lock, silly. Yeah. Won't forget that. That's what this should say, right? Just lock. Wouldn't that be cool? Alright, so yeah, let's see what it takes to pick into this and see what kind of pins are in here. I'm going to go ahead and guess right now that it's them really, really ugly, what we call blob pins. So that's going to be my guess. Let's see what happens. This thing fit? Not quite great. We got a winner right there. Alright, let me see. Bada boom, bada bang. Put those shears up there. Let's just go with, well, let's use these Dangerfield Praxis. These are 23 thousandths. This should do the trick. Since that keyway is so wide open, I don't think I need the 15 thousandths, but we'll see. Alright, magic words, bada boom, bada bing. Let's try it. Oh, spring-loaded core, so I got to overcome that first. Feels like it's set. That one does not feel like it's set. There we go. Now it does. That one feels set. There we go. Alright, just like that. So, let's see what kind of pins are in this bad boy. Because I am curious. And we will, I'll tell you what, let's do that now. Let's go ahead and see if it's really hardened. Sometimes I forget to do that. We can just go right down in here. That is not hardened. It's chewing right into it. So, well, hardened. There are different scales of hardening, different levels, but this file is definitely cutting into that. I mean, it's chewing it. It's not just biting through the chrome, it's literally chewing into that. So, yeah, hardened, you decide. Alright, let's get some of these tools out of the way. The screw. Oh boy, this thing's gonna be a treat, huh? Oh! Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be disassembling this one. Because they use that 6th pin. So you really gotta kind of drill a hole up through there to get that out. So we're not going to disassemble that. Alright, so we are back. I actually, when I turned the camera off, I took a closer look and I did realize I didn't even have to drill the teeny tiny hole to push that retaining pin up. There was already a hole in there. So the holes are just small enough that you can push the pin up, but not big enough that the pin will fall through. So let me show you if I can. I'm going to try and get this out of here. I went ahead and I used that little teeny drill bit to push that pin up, start the shim, then I put the key in to get the shim the rest of the way in. So now we need to take a teeny tiny follower, if this one fits here. I don't know. We're going to find out. See if I can do this without screwing everything up here. Ooh, we got really lucky because this is one of those skeletonized cores too. You see that? You see how awful? Oh, this is real bad. Oh my goodness. Yep, just like them Harbor Freight ones, the U.S. General from Harbor Freight. Look at the destruction on this core. Can you see what they did? They basically just use pins, I think, that are close, and then they just file them. Let me put that key in there. I'll show you. They just grind the top of that so they become flush. You see that? That is just absolute garbage. Oh my goodness. So yeah, let's pop all these out of here real quick. Let me grab a pen and tray. I've got some of my other ones occupied with work on them. Woo! Yeah. I usually speed this part up, but heck with it. Doesn't take that long anyways. Alright, so yeah, these skeletonized cores, sometimes when you're taking them apart, you can get pins stuck in there. But yeah, look at the top of that. Just brutal. Brutal. Alright, I'm going to mark the front of this so I can reassemble it correctly. I probably can't anyways, but you can tell which one's the front. I mark them to make it easier, faster. Alright, let's grab these out here. Well, doesn't look like a blob pin. I take that back. I think they are. I think I called it. That retaining pin. There we go. Alright, so let me take a look. Oh yeah, it's the blob pins. Let me see if I can get you to... You see? They're like fake... They're like fake spool pins. We call them blobs because they kind of look like they were spool pins that melted. So that's what they are. Very much the same type of lock you're going to find at Harbor Freight. Those U.S. General locks we find at Harbor Freight and other stores. But yep, blob pins. There you go. If you haven't seen them before, now you have. I'll hold one up for you here. Yep, the infamous blob pin. Alright, so there it is. Again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I highly appreciate it. Thank you very much.